On this channel, $1 Million Made Easy, we love to run numbers for people. I recently came up with this chart to maybe help you, incentivize you to save. Look at this situation. If you would save 10% of your income and could get 11%, which is what the S&P 500 has historically returned for the last 100 years, in 36 years, look at these numbers. 36 years, if you were making $60,000 a year, over that 36-year period, we're not taking account to inflation, just running straight numbers here. Over that 36 years, you would make 2.160 million. But notice this, if you would save just 10% of that, which would be $500 a month for that same 36 years and had it in the S&P 500 and it did return the 11%, you would have $2.28 million more than what you made in that whole 36 years. So the question I ask you, how would you like to accumulate a sum equal to every dollar you ever earned? Look at the kind of numbers you can get. If you can get a higher percentage, like in the S&P 500, 11%, or if you can save like 14% of your income and maybe get 8% after 42 years, you would have every dollar you ever made accumulated in a sum. What somebody asked me recently, what about if you did saved 40% of your income? He asked me if I'd fill the chart out for 40%. Well, I don't really want to fill this all the way out there, but I'm just going to change this number to 40%. And you can see you'd have $9 million after 36 years. So we're going to change this number. We're going to see how low this is going to be. Let's just put it down to 28. Now, still way more than what you made in that 28 years. Again, if you go down too low, then it's not going to make much sense because you're going to work more than 28 years. But let's just see what 24 years might do. Still way 20 years. Still down to 18. I realize most people don't save 40% of their income, but this individual wanted me to do that, so let me just show you. Looks like over 16 years you make 960,000. Again, I could change this to any amount if we change it to 100,000. Looks like it'd take about 16. You'd be saving 3,333 a month, which is 40%. It looks like it'd take you about 16 years, but each year past that, this is going to increase faster than what you're actually making, which I could run the numbers for that, but that's what this shows you as you run through here. This is the minimum amount of years you'd have to work to get back what you'd earned in that amount of years. Hopefully this makes sense. But somebody wanted me to run it for 40%, so that's what I decided to do real quick here. Let's just do a couple other numbers. 30%. You save 30%. And again, we're assuming you're getting the 11% in the S&P 500. Okay, we're a little bit short at 16 years. Let's go up to 22. Now we're over. So 21 years. Looks like that's about 21 years if you save 30%. Let's just do one other number, 25%. I love running numbers for people. 25% of your income, it might be about 24. What do you think? 24 would be a little bit high. It looks like it'd be a little over 23 years. So if you were making, again, whatever you're making here, take it times 23, you'd be making, in this case, 100,000, you'd be making 2,300,000 over that 23-year period. And yet if you invested 25% of that and got the 11% average that the S&P 500 has returned, you'd have basically all that money you made in a nest egg for your retirement. 2,278,000, you'd have over 23 years. That's why I asked the question, how would you like to accumulate a sum equal to every dollar you ever earn? And that's what this chart shows you. If you can get up here in the 16 and 18% savings or 20%, you don't have to have near that interest rate to get back 8% in 35 years. You'd have your money back saving 20%. Hopefully these numbers make sense for you. I just wanted to run them, just show you just saving 10% in an S&P 500, and in 36 years you'd have back every dollar you ever made in a nest egg. Isn't that just incredible? Please consider subscribing. I run numbers like this all the time for people. I love to help people to see where they might be in the future. We assume the market's not going to be any worse or any better than what it's done in the last 100 years. It's not going to be worse than the 1930s or the 2000s. It's not going to be better than the 1980s and 90s. It's going to fall somewhere within that range. That's how we reason on this channel. Please consider subscribing. Please share this with people. So many people can benefit from this. You could really help them just by sharing this channel. Thanks for watching.